What's going on, party people? It is your boy, Coop. So, Revenant. This dude is pretty serial, guys. So go ahead, take your pants off, slap your grandma, do the whole deal. This time also go ahead and put some Preparation H around your mouth. It's hemorrhoid cream, but it'll be good for you. I think you can figure out the reasons why, alright? Here's the deal. I thought this guy was going to suck. That's what I assumed, and it looks like I stand corrected, because look at what's going on here. We got a bunch of level 100s, and I'm taking 0 damage. So if you're looking for an unkillable frame, essentially, you got it right here, okay? This dude is not dying. You hit him with your 1. This is the first ability I'm showing. We'll quickly go through these. And when you hit them with it, they fight for you. But look at those ancient healers. I hit them with it. So not only are they fighting for me, but I'm also getting that damage reduction that they offer, which is huge. It's 90% of all incoming damage. But that's not all, okay? That is not all. Whenever they hit other enemies while they're taken over, they will turn that enemy to fight for you, and when they die, they leave those little blue tornadoes on the ground, which deal puncture damage, right? So it's a pretty cool situation. Now, it's the number 2 ability that you got is a shield that is pretty hardcore. You see how he just fell asleep, just took a nap, all right? You basically got like a Xanax shield, all right? All of a sudden, they're hanging out, and then they're just out, dude. They're just unconscious. They're no longer with us. If they do damage to you, you redirect that damage back at them, and it temporarily stuns them. So you have a limited amount of charges here. So you can see you have a certain amount of time after you cast your first ability, okay? So it may be 30 seconds or 33 seconds is, I believe, what I have my build for. So once that runs out, they will no longer be possessed or whatever you've done to them to have them taken over. So you want to make sure to keep casting that. And you always want to have your 2 up, and you only have a limited amount of charges on your 2. And by charges, I mean amount of times you can get shot in the face and it not hurt you. So after you cast it, which I will do here momentarily, you will see the number pop up on my second ability, and that's essentially the amount of charges that I have for my 2. And it sounds kind of crazy to think like, oh, I have 11 times that I can only get shot, but since it makes the enemies get knocked out, it works out really nicely, okay? Because they're knocked out, they can't shoot you anymore. So only having 11 charges is plenty, plus the aggro pool from your 1, which is crazy. It's a crazy amount of aggro pool. You're never getting shot. But if you are, just be sure you have an ancient taken over or something, so just in case your 2 runs out, you'll be fine. As you can see, I haven't even cast my 2, and I'm doing just fine because the aggro pool is just ridiculous. It's very, very substantial. Now, this isn't very late game stuff either, so I didn't really have to worry about playing super professional, but either way. So the third ability is stupid, so we're not even going to get into it. It's basically, I say that and then I start getting into it. It's a Hydroid wave, guys. It's a Hydroid wave, but it's dumb. It's kind of like Rhino's Roar Charge, you know, where he runs forward like a nerd. It's that, but more stupid, okay? It looks kind of cool, but it doesn't do anything. It kind of takes away some shields. It's not effective is the problem. It really has no purpose. But the fourth ability, this one does have a purpose, okay? It is basically what happens when you're tripping on shrooms at a rave, okay? I've never done that, but that's what I imagine it would look like. You got lasers shooting out of the sky. You're just toasting everybody. Everybody's getting french fried who gets into it. And what's amazing about this fourth is it changes its damage type based on the enemy that it's applying damage to. So if you're fighting corrupted guys, okay? You're fighting the corrupted dudes, and suddenly, oh no, it's doing corrosive. You're fighting, say, Corpus. Now it's doing gas. Just whatever faction you're facing, it will automatically change to. So if there's multiple enemy types, some who are more susceptible to, say, radiation, it will deal radiation to them and corrosive to the others. Just depends on who it's targeting. This really allows this ability to scale quite significantly, because that's the biggest thing, is the elemental damage type or the status type that you are applying to the enemy. If you don't have that right, your damage is going to be significantly reduced. So that does allow the fourth ability to scale pretty well, but I would still say if you're going really, really late, you can't really rely on this. You can hold down the trigger also to give yourself a little damage boost on your little twisted Ferris wheel of death, and it costs like an extra 25 energy per second, essentially, when you do that, which is quite expensive. Now, this is an ability that was nerfed like the day it came out. And by nerfed, I mean they made it so the ability cost a significantly larger amount per second. Like, I believe they added, I can't remember what it was, but it was like triple the energy cost per second. So you can't use it as often. Now, it is one of those dumb abilities, kind of, in the sense that it's just like press to win, which I really don't like. Those kind of abilities. Ember has one of those. I would prefer something just more complex, I guess. But for what it is, it's pretty good. And when you throw all these, the 1, the 2, and the 4 all together, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, but it just creates a really good synergistic setup that feels pretty cool and unique. It doesn't feel like everyone else. Like, Zephyr has the shield, right? Zephyr has the tornadoes. Zephyr has the little swoopy move, so it feels like a lot of those moves that other people have. This right here is when I was making fun of Life of Rio. I was going to be like, what's going on, guys? Life of Rio here. But then I decided, you know, I can't make fun of Rio, dude. He gets like, you know, 100,000 strong community. I don't want them coming over here like with their Miami accent, you know, bring their, you know, whatever they do in Miami. I don't know what they use. I want them coming over here, you know, trying to start trouble in the neighborhood, bros. You know what I'm talking about? I'm kidding. I like Life of Rio. So here we go. We got enemy radar, cunning drift, fleeting expertise, blind rage, streamline, natural talent, narrow-minded, overextended, transient fortitude, and intensify. Now here's the deal. I kind of modded this wrong because I put an extra D polarity there. So you can use the umbral mods, okay, and not have to use overextended or narrow-minded, have a lower fleeting expertise, and take off the blind rage. You're going to get basically the same stats, but you have to have natural talent on, guys. His casting speed is so slow. I mean, it is redonkulously slow. Now look at these dudes. They're looking stupid already, right? They look like a Catholic painting, okay? They got the little pokey crosses on their head. They're just looking weird. But I'm just cool. I'm just chilling. These are level 100 Corpus Texas, which, as we know, will immediately melt you in like half a second. But not if you got an overshield and they're fighting on your behalf. Plus, their Ospreys are now, you know, shielding me, which is quite nice. Here's the deal. If you're going to play this frame and you're a newer player, I think you will be, it's very much like Taxion almost. Or is it Taxon? I can't remember how you pronounce it. But it's one of those frames that is so good for newer players, and not just for newer players. If you're a more in-depth player, I think you'll be able to immediately see some of the benefits. The CC potential is outstanding, and the damage for non-armored units is huge, okay? For armored units, it's still pretty good because it's still dealing corrosive, but the amount of armor has, you really need to be stripping by percentages instead of by numbers, if that makes sense, because the amount of armor enemies have in late game is ridiculous. So you saw how fast the Corpus Tech died. Now we compare this to how fast the armored units will die, and it's a pretty good difference in the amount of time. It takes quite a bit longer. Now these are level 100, so if I would have gone up a little bit more, it would have been faster. I mean, it's still decent speed, don't get me wrong, but once the enemies start scaling, they get 400 or 500, they get into the thousands. Not that people always play that long, but if you want to, I'm just, you know, I'm putting out the information in case you do go that long. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think. I am starting a podcast here, and I'm going to be talking about more things, so pop culture stuff, you know, stuff that I really can't talk about too much on the channel, but I mean, I guess I can. Like, I'm going to be making a censorship in video games video. I'm actually working on that right now, but there's just a lot of stuff that I think is cool that I really can't talk about on the channel because it's just not that I can't, it's just not relevant. So if you guys are interested in that at all, I will be posting the first couple episodes on here whenever they are out. I got to get 4 together, I believe, for iTunes. And by the way, guys, we did reach the 1,000 sub mark, which is pretty awesome. So we are going to do giveaways, okay? We're doing giveaways, and I already got some stuff for the Destiny side, like these little like toys, little pop toys and stuff. But the problem is Warframe merch is not sold in stores. Come on, DE, like get it together. I know you're over in Canada where, you know, y'all get like, you know, food emailed to you or whatever, but come on, here in the States, we got to go to the store and get stuff. The point is, I'm going to have to order it online in order to do the giveaways. Or maybe what I was thinking I could do is pick a winner. I don't know how we'll do this really, but we'll have a weekly, at least a weekly giveaway. And then maybe I can order it online and just send it. if that makes sense, like with y'all's address. So I don't have to order it to my house and then mail it to your house from here, if that makes sense. I think that's probably a smarter way of doing it. Also, maybe we could do some plat giveaways or something like that. But the thing is, I heard someone talk about they were banned for doing plat giveaways, and that seemed weird because it counted as them selling plat or something. So I gotta see exactly what the rules are on that, but merch, I'm pretty sure we're good to go. Plat, we'll have to see how that exactly will work. But anyways, guys, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the frame. It's a good time. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good time. I haven't had that much fun playing with a frame in a while, so I think you'll enjoy him. Until next time, peace.